Hi, g'day, it's Mark here from Mark's Reviews and Tutorials, and today we're going to be doing a video on the E61, particularly the 5 Series wagon. This is a 530i, because the tailgate has been opening itself. It has a cool little feature here, little micro switch that clicks that and opens it. There's just a little button up there underneath that presses in. But it's been going off on a regular basis and opening up. Now, quick bit of research online, and what I've discovered is that they say when this happens that they've actually found there's been water getting into this switch, either sourcing in from around here or in, and they've been replacing the switch and carry on. Don't have a switch, but I'm going to pull it off today and have a look to see what I can find. And because when you're driving, when that hatch pops open, it actually turns the interior lights on as well. Now, during the day, that's not too annoying, but at night, it can get a bit dangerous with all of your lights on. It's very hard to see out. So this car needs to be used tonight. So I'm going to pull this switch off and have a look inside and see if I can't use some water dispersant. WD-40 is the WD's actually for water dispersant, or CRC is a similar thing. And we'll spray around in that, check for broken wires, and just see what we can find out. And see if we can't clean it up and fix this issue. So straight away when we open up the tailgate, we're looking for visible screws, how to pull it apart. And here, we've got a screw cover here and here. So I'm going to pop those off. Again, you try and do that and doing as little damage as possible, so you end up with them all looking damaged. Pop off here and here, and start to pull this assembly apart so we can get into that switch. Okay, I'm going to try to start with from the outside, see if I can't get this off, because there's looks like it's just a cap around there. So because I'm wanting to get into the switch and waterproof it, I'm going to see if I can't do it from the outside here. Again, trying to get to a position where I'm not going to make visible damage. Here we go. And just pop that out. Okay, interesting. There's a little contact here on the top, a circuit board. Just wondering if we can't, it's dry now, but we've had a couple of hot days before that. We had a little bit of rain, but I might just give that a bit of a spray up. Just go for the real easy fix to start with. Get some WD-40 in and clean the contacts and give that a spray up. Not drowning it in there, but giving it a clean. And see if that's going to take away the problem. And see how it goes. I'll do this in stages. If the problem doesn't go away, I'm not seeing moisture or any wetness in there, which is a bit of a problem. What I am seeing though is this contact here has been rubbing onto here, and I'm wondering if that's not part of the comfort access. There's a touch point there to open the back window. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. Get a little bit of WD-40, give it a spray, dry it out, clean the contacts, and see how we go from there. Okay, so here we go. The contacts are underneath here. There's a contact point, and underneath that, I figure I don't want that to fall out. I've got nothing to lose here, because, excuse me, outside of getting lucky with the WD-40, I've just got replacement of this switch. So, making sure that this little guy here stays up on top. Just giving that a wipe, and it's not dirty. So I'm not so sure there has been water getting in there. Specifically cleaning that contact. That was pretty dirty. Cleaning that contact. Remember, you've got to be gentle with all this stuff. But the water dispersant is brilliant for corrosion and water that's gotten in there in a bad place or something like that. But I just don't want that much in there, so I'll drain that out. And that bit's finally fallen out. Have a look under here. Yep, that's just an actuator. There's no actual button there. That's the actuator down. So we'll put those two components back in. With BMW, I would always rather try and clean and keep a BMW component rather than buy a cheapie off eBay or off the internet, something like that, because they certainly do make very, very good quality components to start with. So we've got pivot points up here and here. There's the pivot points there. So we'll put that back into those pivot points. That goes back down onto the rubber. It sits in there. This was in underneath there. And then you've got the contact between here and here. So I'll lift that up. Slide that back into that hole, like that. That's it. And then, here on the cover, that little silver bit was sitting on top of that, so we'll put it back in the same place, making sure that it contacts the same. Like that. Click it back on. Okay. Yeah, well, it's working. Now, what we need to discover is if it's going to unlock itself, if there was a bit of a bad contact or something like that going. So, oh my gosh, talk about the easiest removal of all. I was going to pull the back panels off and pull the whole thing off, but it is just a matter of pulling that cover off and you can access the switch. If I'd noticed water in there, I would have put a smear of silicone around the top of that when I clicked it back down to make sure no water was getting in there. If it plays up again in 6 months, I'll do that. But there was no water or no evidence of water, so I won't do that at this point. But there we go, that's working. So now it's a matter of, we'll take it for a test drive and see what happens, see if that fixes it. Well, good news, it did fix it. The car went out for a over 3-hour drive that night and the window didn't open at all, and I've managed to wait now 2 weeks since I did that repair, and the car has not opened that window again since. So here we go, a totally effective repair for when the window's automatically opening itself and popping open. I didn't replace the switch, I just simply cleaned the corrosion off the contacts and went from there. And as I said, if you found water inside, I would be definitely putting some silicone in place to seal that up, just a very, very small thin smear to seal it. But this repair worked perfectly, and the door's working perfectly, and it hasn't opened automatically since. So good news, give it a go. It could be a really, really easy fix.